3 hours into a 10-hour car ride, and I am still hungover. Unfortunately, the plan is not going to plan very much today. I was gonna get up for the sunrise, get on the road, but I decided to go out last night and had a few beers, then had a few more, and then had a few more after that. And I was a little bit hungover this morning, so got off to a late start. I'm probably gonna get there after dark. Well, we made it, we got here. We're at Lone Rock Beach in Glen Recreation Area. Started losing my mind a little bit on the drive, and then got to enjoy a beautiful moonrise. Good end to a long day of driving. Early morning business here at Lone Rock Beach. Slept pretty well in the back of the car last night, so I think I'm gonna try to get out and do a sunrise hike. Driving on the sand here is pretty crazy. It was wild showing up last night and having like no idea of the geography of the situation. Tonight I'll have to try to get back before sunset, maybe scope out a spot. Getting started today with the Beehive Hike. A little quick warm-up hike for the sunrise, which is absolutely beautiful. Got out here to one of the viewpoints and you can see the Vermillion Cliffs National Monument in the distance. We're heading over that way later today. These sunrise hikes are really sucky if you're a night owl, but they are always worth it. Out here, it's literally, I'm just watching the layers of the rock appear in color as the sun rises up. All these beautiful reds and the blue of the sky. We'll finish up this hike, keep moving and grooving. I got a bunch of hikes kind of planned out for today. Well, not really. I have a bunch of hikes that look cool that I'm thinking about doing today. And we'll see which ones we get around to, which ones we don't. The problem with kind of road tripping and traveling around this time of year is you don't have much sunlight. That's the real bummer for me, is don't have as much hours in the day, have as many hours in the day to do hiking and all the things I love to do. Definitely not the place to slip. Whew. I feel very vindicated on this trail because ever since I was a kid, I thought that these kinds of rocks, I thought they looked like nests or hives of some sort. And this trail is called Beehive because they look like that. They look like beehives. Well, at least I looked online to try to confirm that. I couldn't find anything that confirmed that online, but we all know why it's called Beehive Trail. Come on now. We're finishing up now though, and we'll keep the adventure going after that. That looks like the happiest dog in the world. At the Cathedral wash hike now. It's called that because there's a big rock at the entrance that kind of looks like a cathedral, so pretty cool. But the hike itself is pretty awesome, just making my way down the wash. It'll end up putting me down at the Colorado River. So I'm thinking we'll chill down there, kind of reconvene, maybe think out the rest of our day. It is crazier that the further down you get, the steeper the walls get and kind of the more layers of rock are revealed. It just feels like I'm descending into history. I also keep imagining, I feel like a really cool scene in like a zombie movie would be like, oh, we gotta flood all the zombies out. So you send like a guy down with like a speaker playing some 80s, 90s pop song. He just runs through the canyon and all the zombies are diving in after him. That'd be cool. That would be cool. It's so wild that you can see the different kinds of rocks literally just sticking right into the wall. How cool is that?
Echo!
Well, the trail keeps going, but I'm not entirely sure how to get down there. So we might have to do a little bit of trail finding, looking around, because yeah, I don't think I'm not getting down there without rope or help. That's for sure. You have these shelves that kind of cross and mismatch and stuff, and every once in a while you'll get a big puddle. So you have to backtrack, go up a shelf, and sometimes you're walking along a shelf and the shelf ends, so you have to go back and forth. So we got down to the river, Colorado River, checking it out now, doing a little bit of walking around. Around here is actually kind of where they consider the quote-unquote start of the Grand Canyon. Usually they put a lot of people in kind of around this area, Lee's Ferry. For now, we're gonna keep heading out of the canyon. We gotta do everything in reverse now. It should be a little bit easier now that I can see where I'm going, so. Whoa, my head's cut off. How cool is that? That water just came right in there and smoothed all this out. That's so cool. The one problem is, I forgot how I got down here, so looks like we're backtracking a little bit. I had to backtrack up and underneath this cave to get up that waterfall wall that we were just at, so, oop, moonshot. I know it's a bad idea to hike canyons when there's rain in the forecast, but it would be so cool to be here when there was a small storm and you could see a little bit of the water running through. Seeing some of those waterfalls and them all joining up before joining into the Colorado River, that would just be dope. So right now, I'm at the Balanced Rock here in Vermillion Cliffs. What happened is they tumbled down, the boulders tumbled down thousands of years ago. They compressed the dirt underneath them and then kind of protected that area from being weathered from above while rainwater washed loose gravel and stuff out. As for me, there's an overlook on the far side of the park that I think I'm gonna head to. I have to kind of remember too, sun is setting early, so gotta remember that I gotta backtrack back to the campground too, and I'd like to get there and get set up before dark tonight, just so I can see where I'm going, because driving around that sand in the dark is nuts. I'm up at the House of Rocks overlook right now, taking a look out over the Vermillion Cliffs and the valley that I was kind of just in. Sweet little ride, sweet drive around the Vermillion Cliffs. The kind of drive where you're like, all right, I'll slow down a little. Maybe I'll go 1 under the speed limit, slow down a little bit, take it easy. And then the overlook was absolutely beautiful too. Busted out the binoculars, spying on some cows, checking out the cliffs from a distance. Someone is booking it across the field down there. So it's looking like the north rim of the Grand Canyon is still closed. I'm not entirely sure if it is or not. The website might not be updated, but it looks like it's still closed from the wildfires earlier this year. So I'm just gonna backtrack. I saw some cool stuff on the way out here that looked pretty chillin'. So checking out the Navajo Bridge, that was pretty crazy. It was cool walking across it. It got a little dizzy halfway across. I didn't realize how high up it is, but it goes to show you don't really think about that sort of stuff when you're zooming by in a car, and kind of got to slow down, stop and smell the roses, or in this case, enjoy the bridge architecture. I'm gonna keep heading back, keep backtracking back to Horseshoe Bend. Well, we made it to Horseshoe Bend, an absolutely beautiful feature. It is a very touristy place to the point that I was thinking of crossing it off my list, but I did want to come back. My family did a trip out west back in 2012 when I was 13? 12, 13? Remember that fondly, and remember this area actually pretty fondly. Just nice to be back. So I was gonna head back to the campground, but there was an arch right next to the campground, and you know, a guy like me can't leave any arches on the table. We're doing that hike now. Problem was, it was about 6 miles of really bumpy dirt road, which slowed me down getting here. And then I had to park really far down from the trailhead. So it's adding about a mile each way, making a 2-mile hike into a 4-mile one. We'll see what we can get done, but I gotta get this arch, man. So we are quickly running out of sunlight. Got about a mile left. Think I'm gonna jog it, which kind of stinks, but at the same time, running at the top of the world, I mean, if you have to run somewhere, you know. So I'm jogging along and I almost fall to my death because I didn't realize it was gonna be in the ground. So here's Skylight Arch, absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning. Still can see the campground in the background. I could probably stick my head through there and see it too, but don't have too much time to frolic and have fun though, because I have about 40 minutes before sunset and then probably another 30 after that before it's completely dark. So probably gotta keep moving here, keep going, keep grinding. But let's get back to the campground. I mean, it's right there. It's a shame I don't have like a wingsuit to just, oh man, that kicked my ass. Oh, my legs are already sore, so they are gonna be fried tomorrow, but feeling happy that we got one more in, even among the shorter hours of the fall and winter. And you know what? Probably shouldn't lollygag. stop and catch my breath too much, because I got 6 miles of dirt road that are not going to be very fun if I have to do them in the dark. Nice and early morning for us on the Arizona. It's an early morning on the Arizona-Utah state border. I'm doing a little bit of paddleboarding today, going over to Antelope Canyon and Lake Powell to do some paddleboarding up a slot canyon. But also okay that we're letting the sun get things a little more warmed up before I hop out on the water. All right, guys, I'm walking down one of the biggest boat ramps I've ever seen in the world. It's like a landing strip. Big shout out to Alexis for letting me borrow her paddleboard. Thank you, Alexis, and letting me break into her house. She was gone for the weekend, and I texted her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you can go over. You might have to break in though." So shout out, Alexis. This is awesome. Are you the slot canyon? No. I don't think so. Here we go. We found it. There we go. If I had to use a word for this experience so far, it'd be intense. This has been pretty crazy. I'm back now in Antelope Creek, Antelope Canyon. Found my way right there's the mouth, and nobody out there. Part of the reason that it's so crazy is I only just saw 2 boats coming out of the canyon. Didn't see anybody on the actual river, and none of them were paddlers. So we are out here on our own today. There's something about that with solo traveling too that just makes everything that much more intense and turns it up a little bit more, because it's like, if I screw up, no one's here to save you, you know? So we're not even a fourth of the way in, and I feel like this is a strong contender for top 5 craziest life experiences I've had so far. So we'll keep going. We're gonna keep going as far back, see how far we can get on the paddleboard, and then it should turn into a hike for a little bit. So brought the hiking shoes. We'll pop those bad boys out. Keep heading that back. We'll go back as far as we can into the canyon. Eventually we run into Navajo land, the Navajo reservation, which they kind of run the stuff over there, and I don't think you're allowed to access the canyons without paying for a tour guide and a fee. We're slowly getting thinner and thinner, so I can tell I'm getting somewhere. I'm going somewhere, but keep seeing some fish jump out of the water, real big jumps, and this is such a cool experience. It's so quiet. I can't hear anybody, can't hear anything besides the sound of the water kind of moving against the rocks and my paddleboard. And man, it's moments like these that it's just like, wow, it's all coming together. It all came together. Come on, baby, stay deep enough for me to get to the beach. I do not want to walk through this shit. Come on, come on. I think we have just enough depth to get up in there. So I'm officially at the hiking section, and now we can make our way kind of back into the canyon. It looks like it's about 5-6 miles back, so we'll have to see how much I can handle. My legs are still killing from yesterday. And I am alone, so I don't want to push too hard, since I kind of am out in the middle of nowhere. I'm always like blown away too by the way that sound works in canyons. I felt like I heard a whole boulder fall when I was coming up through. It's probably a tiny rock, but just the echoes make everything sound much more intense and much more crazy. I love canyon hikes, man. Canyons are the best thing in the world. These tiny little blades of grass just found themselves a nice little corner where they can just get a bit of sunlight, and there we go. It's actually really cool to see like the erosion, and you can see how high the creek normally gets I'm not entirely sure which like level it's normally at or what it's at after the rainy season here. Man, it's like you're just walking through history. It's cool. You're walking through millions of years. It's nuts. This is nuts. Ooh. Obstacle. Look at that. So I finally crossed paths with the two kayakers that I saw that came into. There's two retired ladies who were road tripping together. They were super sweet. Hiked with them, walked with them for a little bit. Got some conversation. It was good because I was starting to lose my mind a little bit. This is a very easy place to lose your mind in these walls and hearing your footsteps echo. So it was good to have the company. Looks like on the map I have a few more twists and turns before the All Trails ends. I'm not sure if I can keep going a little bit farther, like if that's just an arbitrary stopping point, or if there's like restrictions with the Navajo Nation or not. Apparently the wind does pick up on the Colorado River at 1:30. I'm not gonna make that time, so really I'm just shooting to get back before dark. I don't want to be on that river at dark. Crazy hike, man. Craziness. Decided to do lunch on the go. With these shorter days, got shorter hours and less time in the day to do all the hiking and stuff. So was gonna sit down, but I think I want to keep moving and see as much of the canyon as possible. It is nice. Yesterday, got the joints real sore after that run on rocks, and we're walking on sand today. So a little bit more easy on the joints. Trade-off is though, they are kind of expending more energy. The rocks are solid, so you're not pushing off as much. So I do think it's important. I got to keep the energy levels up because I got to remember I got to get out of this canyon, and then I got a 2-mile upstream paddle back to the marina. I think that's a baby rattler. Hello, baby rattler. We're gonna keep our distance from you. This is definitely not the place to get bit. Well, I was gonna keep going until 1 p.m., turn around then, give myself a few hours to get back while I still had some daylight, but I seem to have run into an impasse. And I don't think I'm getting by that. I don't think I'm getting up that one. I think we're gonna turn around, head back now. Oh man, the destructive power that the water has down here. Looks like these are some old steps that probably put in for some hard part somewhere in the canyon. Just got washed away down here. It was crazy. I passed a tour group and I knew they were coming up because about like a quarter mile, half mile away, I smelled perfume in the canyon. And I was like, oh, I'm coming up on someone. Got to them, it was them, which was pretty crazy. Gonna get back to the paddle board, paddle on back to the marina, and then I'm thinking about grabbing dinner in town. So we'll kind of see where we're at with time, where we're at with amount of hunger. The absolute beauty and intricacy of some of these rock formations, man. I mean, look at that. These are works of art that we're talking about here. Like, that's incredible. This sure looks a lot grosser in direct sunlight, but we're back at the mouth, back at the trailhead start, so just gotta paddle out. All right, I'm back at the mouth of Antelope Creek, Antelope Canyon. A little bit more choppier right now, so just kind of getting a quick break before I take on the Colorado River back to the marina. We got this last big climb, made it back to the marina all safe and sound. I think I'm gonna take a dip in the Colorado River. All right, how cold are we gonna be? Oh, it's not too bad. Whew. Oh man, it is cold. It's crazy to drop off right there. Just drops the hell off. It's about the quickest shower I've ever taken. So we did one last quick pit stop before calling it a day on the adventuring. It was a trail called Shell, and it's called Shell because the Shell gas station is right over there. But even though it's a small trail, short trail that's right next to the, I feel like it's a testament to just how cool this area is, that like there's a gas station right by a fantastic natural feature like this. You see, most people have their bag of tricks. Well, me personally, I have my bag of sticks. Collecting firewood. It's always a pain in the butt to find firewood, but just looking for some driftwood, old firewood from previously burned fires. Some stuff that I can help to get the fire going and keep it going. Because I got firewood, but those logs are so big that if you're trying to do a smaller fire, it can be hard to keep them burning and burn them all the way down to embers. My wood pile and my trash pile. Yay. I don't know what's going on with the sky right now. That's pretty nuts. What the fuck? So, Arizona just got hit with a severe solar storm or a solar flare. I'm not sure. I don't know enough about the science of the northern lights or the Aurora Borealis to confirm that. What I do know is I nearly crapped my pants because the sky turned red. Luckily, I'm at a campground with people because I would have thought it was an alien invasion if I wasn't surrounded by other people. It looked like red northern lights, but I was like, how is that possible? I'm in Arizona. But when I was going through the news sources, it looked like this wasn't like a known event. The most recent headline I could see about it was from like 10 hours ago. So like I had no idea this was going on. Do you ever like know, like I know this means something, I just don't know what it means? You ever like have something like that, like something happened in your life and you know it means something, like the universe, I don't want to say the universe is speaking to you because that sounds corny, but like something happens and you know it's significant. Good morning. Matt here at the Toadstool Hoodoos trail. Got up relatively early. I saw the sunrise from my car, but kind of did a lazy morning before getting going. We're heading back to Jackson today, so deciding to hit a few hikes on the long 10-hour drive back. We're about an hour, or about a half hour from where we were camping. Technically, we are in a whole new area too. This is technically part of the Grand Staircase National Monument. It's on the very, very edge of it. They do look like toadstools. That is so cool, man. That's so awesome. And they're just dotted around like the landscape. I mean, like hoodoos are cool in general, but for like two different rock types to be on top of one another, that's so cool. That's like one of the cool, that's so cool. A lot of the times people will like describe hikes as otherworldly or like they feel like they're on another planet, but like this one genuinely feels like I'm on another planet. And a fun one, like the Mushroom Kingdom in Mario. I feel like I'm in the Mushroom Kingdom in Mario. Oh, there's more over there. It's even cool too, there's these huge caves carved out back there as well. And then, I mean, it's just nature's skate park down in here. This is definitely worth doing. Like, it's just a 1.7 mile hike. This is probably one of the most bang for the buck hikes I've ever done. I'm gonna keep exploring a little bit more, keep going around. It's the type of area that's worth walking around, doing a little bit of walking around. Huh. I feel as though I may have intruded upon something in this section. One of the things I love about the West is it's all natural and down to earth and, you know, of the ground rock. You also get these amazing otherworldly kind of places. It's down to earth and out of this world. There's something that speaks to you when you come out into these landscapes and just grabs you by the head and shakes you around and tells you, like, you know, the world is an amazing place. All right, I would love to hang out here a little bit more, just explore all the little details. It's one of those areas where like you can see the whole landscape and it's cool, or you can get granular and go up the little features and check them out, and it's all fascinating. So I wish I had more time today, but I have to get going, had my fun. But anyway, we're onwards. We're gonna get out of here and then go right across the street to the Nautilus hike. But I'm expecting kind of a similar vibe to here. So we'll do that and then hopping back up on the road up into Wyoming. On the Nautilus trail now. This one's real nice too. It's been just a walk through a wash, nice wide wash, nice sandy wash. Feels good on the joints. And I think it's nice and short, so there's a corner right here. I'm pretty sure once I get around that corner, there we are. Ooh, so this is the Nautilus. You do have to be very careful because it is slick from being carved out by rain. It's super smooth, and there's a bunch of dust for you to slip on. I don't know what I did to get 2 banger hikes this early in the morning, but it was awesome. I jumped from one ledge to the other and dropped my water bottle, so death blow right there. But absolutely beautiful. Definitely worth the kind of little offshoot from the highway to do, because it is a gorgeous, gorgeous formation. I don't like to play favorites, but even just the short stint down here has been beautiful. Adventure every day has been awesome. The hikes have been great. The only problem today is I don't really have time to stop and smell the roses because we got that long drive back. Good news about that though is there's no Chick-fil-A in Jackson, Wyoming. There are several, however, in Salt Lake City. It has been a absolutely gorgeous drive. Every time I'm driving out west, I'm just blown away by the beauty. I always think like I'm driving past the mountains and I'm like, now that I've climbed some mountains, I'm like, what is it like to climb that one? And then I think about how many mountains there are and how many hikes there are and how many peaks there are to summit, and just how amazing the world is, how much wonder is kind of contained. It's pretty crazy. It can be overwhelming. All right, guys, grab some Chick-fil-A. Very exciting. Don't get to have Chick-fil-A very often these days, so happy to have gotten the opportunity to do that. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get back on the road. So we'll end the video there. And always remember, you know, quit your job, go have some adventures.
It rained that muffin week. The insects ate and munched my feet. The shit just ain't been jumping lately.